You won't defeat a narcissist by confronting them. You'll defeat them by disappearing. This isn't a battle, it's chess. And you're playing it with invisible pieces. A narcissist doesn't lose to those who fight back. They lose to those who vanish like smoke. You don't need to be stronger than them, just smarter. And smart here means mastering the art of calculated fading. They feed on your presence, your emotions, your efforts to fix or understand them. Every tear, every angry word, every attempt to explain it all fuels their fire. And without knowing it, you're tossing logs into their fireplace every single day. But what if you stopped? What if, one day, you just became empty? The secret isn't to become like them. The secret is to become a riddle they can't solve. A narcissist is used to one pattern. They're the sun, and you're the satellite. But what happens when the satellite quietly drifts out of orbit? No drama, no explosion, just ... silence. Machiavelli taught us that real power isn't about muscle, it's about controlling perception. And despite all their arrogance, the narcissist has a fatal flaw. Their self-image depends entirely on others. They are a mirror, and you're about to learn how to shatter that mirror without even touching it. What I'm about to give you isn't for the faint of heart. It's not about justice or revenge. This is for those ready to walk away victorious without ever engaging in the fight. Because the ultimate victory over a narcissist is making them play alone on an empty stage. A narcissist doesn't see you. That's the first truth you need to absorb. When he looks at you, he sees a reflection of himself, not a person, but a projection screen. All he cares about is the image you reflect back at him. That's why your first weapon is to become a black mirror. Mystery isn't silence. It's the art of saying just enough to keep his interest, but never enough to give him clarity. When he asks your opinion, give him what he wants to hear, but in a flat, unreadable tone. When he tries to provoke you, answer with a Mona Lisa smile, the kind that reveals nothing. Remember, the narcissist survives on clear emotional feedback. He's like a bat navigating through sound echoes. You're about to become a space with no echo. No loud anger, no visible sadness, no clear joy, just a quiet presence, like a still lake on a windless day. This doesn't mean being cold or robotic. It means mastering transparent presence. Be there just enough for him to feel your existence, but not enough to grasp it. Answer his questions with responses that sound complete, but reveal nothing real. Talk with him, but offer nothing he can use. Consistency is key. Narcissists are experts at detecting cracks and exploiting them. So keep your mystery consistent. No sudden emotional outbursts. No slipping into confession. Be like water. Take the shape of the container, but remain just water. And remember this, the more he tries to understand you, the more he'll exhaust himself. That's the whole point. Let him drain his energy trying to decode something that doesn't even have a code. Fighting a narcissist head-on is like boxing with a shadow. The harder you hit, the more it stretches. That's why the real strategy lies in handing him the illusion of total control, while you quietly pull the ground from beneath his feet. This isn't surrender, it's strategic withdrawal. When he attacks you, don't defend. When he accuses, don't explain. When he provokes, don't react. Instead, give him what he thinks he wants, visible compliance. Say, maybe you're right, in a calm tone. Not because he is, but because you're robbing him of the thrill of resistance. Narcissists feed off conflict and you starve him. With indifference, this isn't about becoming passive, it's about becoming a mirage. He thinks he's holding you, but he's grasping air. He believes he controls you, but he only controls the illusion you handed him, the real you. You're elsewhere, watching, calculating. This takes iron discipline. You'll want to scream, to correct the lies, to defend your truth. But that's exactly what he wants. He wants you entangled, emotional, invested. You disarm him by becoming Mercury untouchable, shifting, impossible to pin down. Real control isn't making him obey you. It's letting him believe he's choosing while walking into a trap you built from absence. A trap made of silence, of disappearance. The strongest snares are the ones you can't see. Yes, the rope is in his hands, but it's tied to nothing. He pulls no resistance. He releases no reaction. Slowly, doubt creeps in. Is this even a rope, or just a trick of the mind? And that doubt, that very seed of uncertainty, is where his fall begins. Silence is a weapon, but it's not your only one. There's a deadlier art, the art of the surgical word, not rambling, not explaining, just a single phrase planted like a seed in his mind, growing, unnoticed until it cracks the walls from within. The narcissist lives in a castle of delusions. You won't bring it down with cannons, you'll slip in seeds of doubt. A word here, a glance there, a perfectly timed pause. Never say, "You're wrong." Say, "Interesting," in a tone that gives away nothing. Let him wonder, what did you really mean? Timing is everything. When he brags about something, don't attack or applaud, just raise an eyebrow and say, When he tells a heroic story, smile, faintly, and murmur, "Of course." These tiny moments, when delivered with precision, become needles that pierce through his armor without leaving a visible mark. But beware, overuse reveals the game. These moments must be rare, deliberate, like seasoning in a dish. Most of the time, be the black mirror we discussed earlier, but every now and then, allow a flicker of something else. Something that whispers, "I know something you don't." A narcissist expects two types of people, admirers or enemies. You are neither. You are the unsolvable puzzle, and puzzles drive him mad. He will exhaust himself trying to define you, decode you, dominate you. Each failure adds to his frustration. This isn't cruelty, it's highly self-defense. You're not attacking, you're just refusing to play the victim. And in the narcissist's world, if you're not prey, you're a threat. A narcissist is a parasite of attention. Positive or negative doesn't matter, as long as he's the center. But now, you'll learn how to starve him slowly, without him realizing he's starving. This isn't about slamming the door. It's a calculated, gradual shutdown. Start with delayed responses. When he messages you, wait hours, maybe a day. And when you do reply, make it dry, neutral, emotionless. Don't justify the delay. Don't apologize, just respond like nothing happened. That robs him of drama and the comfort of your emotional presence. In conversation, slowly strip away emotional engagement. When he tells a tragic tale, don't gasp or console, just say, "I see." When he brags, skip the admiration and go with, "All right," not cold or rude, just politely dull. That emptiness cuts deeper than open rejection. The trick is subtlety. If you flip too fast from passionate to flat, he'll sense it and escalate. But gradual withdrawal over weeks or months leaves him confused. He'll feel something's wrong but won't know what. He'll push harder, provoke more, and that's your advantage. Don't bite. When he tries to create drama, be water on his fire, say, "Okay, maybe, I'll think about it." These are your magic words. No anger, no tears, no reasons, no closure. Just a quiet fog that wraps around him, impossible to grasp. Remember, you're not punishing him, you're protecting you. Protection means denying him emotional access. Every reaction is a tiny victory for him. You deny him those victories one by one until he's lost in a desert of silence and has no idea how he ended up there. Oh, a silent smile is deadlier than 1,000 angry words. When the narcissist attacks, humiliates, or provokes you, smile. Not with mockery, not with defiance, but with the calm confidence of someone who knows a secret he'll never learn. That smile, that specific one, is what will start to dismantle his power from the inside. The narcissist expects a predictable set of reactions. He knows how to twist anger, how to feed off tears, how to dance with fear. But he has no script for a quiet smile. That silence confuses him, disrupts his calculations, makes him wonder, what's going on inside your head? When he yells, lower your voice. When he rushes, slow down. When he tries to drag you into a storm, stay calmly on the shore and watch the waves. Your only reply, "I heard what you said." No agreement, no argument, just acknowledgement. That alone steals the pleasure of conflict. This silence isn't weakness, it's power. The power to choose when to speak and when not to. The power to stop dancing to anyone else's rhythm. He's used to conducting the orchestra, and now, you've left the stage entirely. Watch how he shifts. He'll test new tactics. He'll alternate praise with sudden attacks. He'll switch from love bombing to guilt tripping. Why? Because he's lost his compass. He no longer knows how to steer you, and that drives him slowly insane. You don't have to say anything. Your silence says it all. And your smile? It says even more. I'm not playing your game anymore. You've started a new game, one he doesn't know the rules of. And in this one, power belongs not to the loudest voice, but to the quietest smile. Disappearing is an art, but the highest form of it is vanishing while standing right in front of him. Being physically present, but psychologically gone. Walking among the living like a ghost. This isn't escape. It's a calculated fade that makes him lose control without even knowing why. Start by withdrawing your emotional investments. Stop sharing your dreams, your fears, your stories. When he asks, "How was your day?" answer, "Fine, nothing more." When he digs for your feelings, say nothing special and change the subject. You become a blank page, unreadable. Physical distance comes next, slowly, silently, share less time, don't announce it. Be busy more often, but give no details. "I've got some things to handle" is enough. No excuses, no lies, just less presence. And when you are there, be only half there. The key is to avoid triggering his inner sirens. Narcissists are hypersensitive to abandonment. If he senses you're leaving, he'll turn into a monster. But if he believes things are still normal, that you're just a bit occupied lately, he'll let you fade without a fight. Keep conversations light and shallow. Talk about the weather, the news, anything impersonal. Turn every deep exchange into small talk. And when he tries to pull you into emotional waters, be like polished stone. His words slide off without leaving a mark. Your final goal is to become boring. Narcissists crave drama. You give them silence. They want complexity. You offer simplicity. They dig for depth. You float on the surface. And slowly he'll look for someone else, someone more engaging. That's how you walk off his stage, without a single battle. Now comes the most delicate move, making him face himself without him realizing it. A narcissist escapes his true self by obsessing over others, by controlling them, by turning them into mirrors that reflect only the image he wants to see. You become the mirror that reflects nothing. When he talks, just listen. When he finishes, respond with, and stay silent. Don't agree, don't disagree, don't add anything. Let him hear the echo of his own words bounce into the void. That echo is more haunting than any insult. It forces him to actually hear himself, maybe for the first time. Use the dead parrot trick. When he says something bold, repeat it as a question word for word. "I'm the smartest one in the room." Gives, "You're the smartest one in the room." With a completely neutral tone, this forces him to confront his own claims, stripped of the emotional packaging he usually relies on. Don't mirror his emotions. When he gets angry, stay calm. When he seeks pity, stay neutral. When he tries to impress, stay unimpressed. Be the lifeless mirror. It reflects, but gives off no warmth. And without emotional reflection, his illusions begin to starve. Gradually, he'll feel deeply uncomfortable in your presence, not because you attack, but because you hold up the one thing he's always run from: silence. He'll act out, escalate, become more dramatic, more extreme. And the more he spirals, the more detached you remain, until he hits a breaking point. A moment when, even unconsciously, he realizes he's performing for an empty audience. That psychological isolation surrounded by people, yet utterly alone, is far worse than any physical exile. And you, without raising your voice or lifting a finger, just locked him in the prison he's always feared most himself. The end doesn't come with fireworks. It comes in silence, like pulling a chair out from under someone who doesn't notice until they're on the floor, wondering, what just happened? You won't announce war. You won't scream, "It's over." You won't give him a grand finale. You'll just vanish, like mist at sunrise. The final blow isn't physical absence. It's energetic extinction. He talks, and your eyes look through him, as if he's transparent. He touches you, and your body is there, but you are not. You become an empty shell. Form without substance, no goodbye, no final talk. No, we need to discuss things. Those are all performances he wants. Drama feeds him. Instead, you dissolve slowly until there's nothing left for him to hold. His messages go unanswered, not out of refusal, but as if they fall into another dimension. Calls are ignored, not because you rejected them, but because you simply don't exist in his world anymore. If he confronts you, stay polite, but hollow. "Sorry, I've been busy," with no further details. Maybe another time, without any real intent. Words without meaning. Promises never kept. Plans never made. Until he understands, without being told, that the door didn't slam shut, it just quietly disappeared. The beauty of this ending, it denies him everything he craves. No conflict, no chaos, no chance to play victim or hero. He can't say, "You hurt me," because you didn't. You didn't do anything. And that nothingness is the sharpest blade you could ever leave behind. In the end, he's left alone on an empty stage, still performing for an audience that left long ago. No applause, no boos, just silence. And for a narcissist, silence is the most brutal punishment of all. You didn't destroy him. You simply refused to be part of his wreckage. You didn't beat him in battle because you never entered the battlefield. You didn't win over him. You just realized the real victory is not playing his game at all. The narcissist needs an opponent to justify his existence, and you denied him even that. What you did wasn't cruelty. It was the purest form of freedom. You freed yourself from his vortex without becoming like him. You walked out of his maze and left no breadcrumb trail behind. You became the unsolvable riddle in his story, the missing chapter, the word he'll never pronounce. Days will pass, maybe months, and a voice in your head may whisper, "Should I have done more? Should I have explained? Should I have given him one last chance?" The answer is always no, because narcissists don't change with words or second chances. They change only when the spotlight vanishes. And you took the spotlight with you. Don't look back. Don't check his social media. Don't ask about him. Let him fade into a blurry memory, then a shadow, then nothing. That's the final lesson. A narcissist draws power from your attention, even negative attention, but your indifference. That's how you drain him to the last drop. Somewhere, maybe right now, maybe tomorrow, he'll sit alone and wonder, what happened? How did I lose control? Where did I go wrong? But he'll never find the answer, because the truth is too simple for him to grasp. You just chose yourself. You don't need to defeat him. Just don't let him in. Not into your home, not into your life. And especially not into your mind, because the real war was never with him, it was with you, and now, you're free.